And I'm honored to be here today speaking on a very important topic, and that is how we can heal from sexual violence and sexual abuse. The statistics are sad and scary, and that is that 1 in 5 women have experienced an attempted or complete rape. 53% have experienced some sort of sexual violence, and 81% have experienced sexual harassment in their lifetime. The good news is that there is a pathway to freedom, and it is a full body, mind, and spirit approach. As an engineer turned spiritual guide, I take a scientific approach to healing, and that is looking at the unified field where every atom is just made of energy. Only 5% of our visible universe is actually physical matter, and that actually translates to the body. So, when a body experiences trauma, such as sexual violence, there is an energetic imprint made from the abuser. So, of course, there's the mental and emotional imprint that the experiencer experiences, but then there is also an energetic imprint that gets put into the body from the abuser that remains in the body until it can be released. Traditional therapies don't take care of this type of invisible energy because it's a spiritual approach. I'm talking about the unified field and how we can remove this energy altogether. The approach that I take to healing sexual abuse in the purpose embodiment method is shamanic in nature. I knew I was onto something with this method when a childhood friend reached out to me and shared to me that she had experienced sexual abuse as a child, molestation, as well as a rape in her adulthood. Now, I was so honored when I heard from her after our third session, and she said, "Lynn, I just was intimate with my husband for the first time since I finished working with you, and I was so surprised that there were no more flashbacks." We both looked at each other and cried because we knew that something was different. So what was different? The imprint was released. In the spiritual world, in the shamanic world, there are techniques called soul retrievals and extractions, where one who has the gift and the belief and the techniques can enter the energy field of a person and remove the imprints of others that don't belong there. And so in this method, I go into the energy field of the victim and I pull out the energy of the abuser. Now, I know that this doesn't really make sense to a lot of people, but it is what it is. Energy is just energy. And I, as the observer, with the power of my belief and my technique, am able to remove this energy. And not only do I remove it to the energy, but I send it to a portal through healing. I send it to an ascended master realm. I send it off to be healed. The second part of this method is called a soul retrieval, because what happens is when you receive an imprint, there's only space for 100%, right? So if I'm bringing in someone else's energy, a part of my energy has to go away. And so this is the idea of losing a part of yourself when we experience these traumas. So in addition to extracting the energy of the abuser, I call out through all space and time to retrieve back the soul essence, the innocence of the person that has been sexually abused or assaulted. I know what I'm saying is outside the mainstream belief of the way the world works. And this emotion is my heart authentically telling you that there is magic in the world. There are ways to transform and heal the energy and heal the human body that we just don't know about yet. But the shamans and the mystics and the healers have always known that there is a path to freedom. And so if you are experiencing any sort of pain in your life, mental, emotional, and spiritual, because of sexual abuse or sexual assault, I want you to know that there is a path to freedom and I can help. And I would love nothing more than to connect with you more deeply so that we as women who have experienced some of the most traumatic things that a human can experience can join hands together and say, we are free. Many blessings.